Happy Swatches. Today I have the X-Woman collection to share with you from La Polish. These are releasing on June 24th at noon Eastern Standard Time. I will link La Polish's social media information as well as storefront down below. These were sent to me for review, and I'll go ahead and get into the swatches. First up is Violent Tempest, and this is the one inspired by Storm from X-Men. This is a sparkling white packed with electric blue shimmer. So really pretty combination. I'll show you a quick brush shot. And I'll show you how Violent Tempest swatched on my natural nail. So here is the first coat. This does go on a little bit sheer, but I had no problems with the application. It went on nice and smoothly. Not very streaky either. This one almost looks like it has tiny little blue flakes in it. Really pretty. I'm going to let it dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat. This isn't going to bring it quite opaque for me. I can still see my nail line here, but it builds up that shimmer and makes it a little bit deeper. This is very much the texture and feel of a white Crelly. I think this is a pretty typical formula for La Polish. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but still easy to manage. Here is the third coat. And I am going to do a little bit of a thicker coat here, but it's going to bring it completely opaque for me. This one also dries down a little bit dull, so you may want a top coat to bring out all that blue shimmer. So here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. Here it is from another angle in direct sunlight, and this clip is slowed down a little bit to get a better look at that flash. I'll show you a quick demo of how this one stamps. I'm using Born Pretty Plate L004. And apply generously to the image, scrape down, and then roll upwards with my Born Pretty stamper. And this picks up great. I think it's going to look great stamped over a black or darker color. It's really going to make it pop. This is my swatch photo in artificial lighting. And what's more, at an angle in direct sunlight. Next up is Fiery Hothead, and this is the one inspired by Phoenix. It is a dark red jelly full of orange, red, and gold glitters. So this is a gorgeous, I think it would look amazing in fall especially. Really pretty. The base almost looks burgundy. I'll show you a quick brush shot. And I'll show you how Fiery Hothead swatched on my natural nail. So here is the first coat. This one did go on a little bit streaky for me, but it's very much a true jelly formula where you get that sheer squishy feel from it. So here's the first coat. I'll let that dry and then come back in for a second. So this is the second coat. At one coat it almost looks like a blackened jelly base, but it's not. It's very much a burgundy or deep red. I had great coverage at two coats. You could totally get away with two if you'd like. I think a third really deepens it up and adds some depth to all that glitter. I also had no problems with the glitter displacement. I didn't have to fish or fiddle with them at all, really. I recommend either a glossy or matte top coat for this one. You're going to get different feels depending on which top coat you choose. So here is a look at the completed mani with a glossy top coat. Here's another view from a different angle in direct sunlight. So I'll show you a quick demo of how this one stamps using the same Born Pretty plate. This one does have quite a few flakes in it, so I applied generously to the image and then scraped downwards. I think I may have scraped a little bit too firmly because I didn't get any of the red jelly, so this one may not be a great one for stamping. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And what's more, at an angle in direct sunlight. Next up is Emotional User, based on the X-Woman Rogue. This is an olive green full of shimmer and flaky, so dazzling she'll drain you physically and emotionally. So this is a really pretty complex green. Tons of shimmer in here. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Emotional User swatched on my natural nail. So here's one coat. Again, this one starts out a little bit sheer. It has tons of shimmer going on in it. I had nice even coverage, so I'm going to let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat, and I am going to do a little bit of a thicker second coat, but this is going to bring this polish completely opaque for me. Really easy. Again, a top coat is going to keep this one nice and glossy for you. So here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. Here's another view from a different angle in direct sunlight. Here's another stamping demo using the same stamping plate. So once more, I apply generously, scrape downwards, and then roll my stamper upwards. This one picked up fairly well because it is a little bit lighter. I'd recommend, again, a darker base or a white maybe with this one. But it picked up great. The flakes didn't get in the way at all. Really great image. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So next up is Deceitful Beauty. This one is based off of course Mystique, and it's described as a dark blue full of black and blue shimmer. So this one is absolutely beautiful, one of my favorites for sure. Here's a quick brush shot. And I'll show you how Deceitful Beauty swatched on my natural nail. So again, this one starts out really sheer, but the coverage is nice and even. I did have to do a bit of a double dip there to make sure I got all the way to my side wall finally. At one thicker coat, this one has great coverage. So I'll let that dry and then come back in for a second coat. Here is the second coat. And this one does dry down a little bit dull as well, so I recommend a top coat. This one is completely opaque for me in two coats, no problems at all. Really easy, really gorgeous finished results. So here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. Here's another view at a different angle in direct sunlight. So here's another quick stamping demo. I'm going to once more apply generously to the image, give a good downward scrape, and then an upwards roll. And this one picked up really well as well. It's going to be a nice light ethereal color. I think it's going to look great over black or even white. Really pretty. Here's my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So last up is Psychological Manipulator, and this one is based on Psylocke. It is described as a light purple full of red shimmer and flakes. I think this is a perfect combination for the X-Woman Psylocke, so I'll show you a quick brush shot. And I'll show you how Psychological Manipulator swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but again, it goes on really sheer but evenly. This is a bit of a thicker formula. So I'll let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. Here is the second coat. I think this builds up really quickly and really well. You get a lot of that shimmer and flash out of this one. I feel like at two coats, this one is completely opaque. So here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight. So this is my last stamping demo. I'm going to apply generously once more to the image and give a downward scrape and an upwards roll. I feel like this one stamps the best out of the whole collection. I think it's going to look great over black or even white. So this is how it picked up. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. and once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So that wraps up this swatch and review of the X-Women collection. It's really cute. I like that they're based off of the Women of X-Men. These will retail for $10 for a full size or $6 for a mini size, or the full set of full sizes will be $47.50, and the full set of minis will be $28.75. If you'd like to see more photos, you can head over to my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com or follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.